Hi everyone, my name's Jamin. I'll be your host tonight. We call this event Own Your Own Life. And we'd like to start off with a question of what is it like to own your own life? Like, what does that mean to you? If you're new to Zoom, if you've never been on before, before we get rocking and rolling, I'll just let you know there is a little chat button down the bottom that you can put a question in or talk to anybody, ask questions, and we'll get to you. So it'll be me talking and a few other amazing people on the line tonight. And you can also go to gallery view up in the top right-hand corner, so you can switch to speaker view or to gallery view. So yeah, as I said, basically tonight's all about owning your own life and being able to say yes to more in life. I mean, I think there's a lot of things in life where certain circumstances can happen and people can get caught up in something that's going on and forget about dreaming and what life could actually be like for you. And a perfect example is just recently the big cyclone we've just had up north and all the flooding affecting Queensland and northern New South Wales. It's absolute tragedy. I mean, thousands and thousands of people are left homeless and probably jobless, wondering what to do with their life. And you know, this kind of circumstances can happen to anybody, anytime. I know for me, I thought I had everything together. Had an awesome life, working 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off, earning some great money. I thought, oh, everything's rocking and rolling. And then boom, I had a head-on car crash and my whole circumstances changed. So, you know, I wonder about having a plan B in life and what that can be. At any particular time, it's important to think about these things because a lot of people go through life and just cruising along, happy with the everyday thing, but forget about what things they could really do in their life and what things could be for them. And so, you know, I think as kids, we dream so much in what we'd love to be doing more of. You ask any kid, they know exactly what they want to do. And as we get older, we've been taught to go out and work our ass off, study, do a 40 hours plus for 40 years, and we're not actually getting taught to have a life. So this is pretty awesome. What we've got here tonight and what we'll show you is we've got some amazing program and a product that can help alleviate some of the stresses in life that, you know, are around today. I see so many people around or hearing about people getting sicker and sicker or some sort of illness, and I wonder why. And, you know, people are stressed out from a work situation or just other things happening in their life that you know, force them into some sort of a situation where it's not going as planned. We get given a certain amount of cards in our life, and it's not always the deal that we really wanted to play and the ideal hand. So we've got a way that can actually help give you better choices and help along that way. And so we'll get stuck right into it. I'm going to hand you over to amazing Tennille, who will tell us a little bit about the program and products that we've got going on and how we can help alleviate some of these things. So Tennille, you are unmuted, girl. Thanks.
Thanks, Jamin. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us on a Sunday night. Look, this amazing opportunity came into my life 18 months ago, and it just made absolute sense. I thought we were doing okay. I'm a raw food nutritionist. I study whole food medicine. So we generally eat pretty healthy. But what I found is really hard is actually getting that full entire color of the rainbow of all the fruit, vegetables, and berries every single day. Exactly what our body needs to thrive. So when I was introduced to the amazing product, it just made absolute sense. I was like, oh my gosh, it ticks every single one of my boxes of my values and beliefs with whole foods. There's no fillers or synthetics and things like that. So there was an amazing study done in 2016 where only 2% of Australians actually get the 2 fruit, 5 veg every single day. It's crazy, right? That means 1% of our kids are getting the recommended 2 fruit, 5 veg every single day. So we're certainly needing something to help bridge that gap between what we are eating and what we should be eating. So what I'm talking about is an amazing product called Juice Plus. These are our bottles here, our fruit, our veg, and our berries in the middle. They are an amazing blend of 30 whole foods, fruit, vegetables, and berries. That's it. So the cool thing, I'll just hold them up here. These are the capsules here. They're actually in a vegan capsule as well. So they're actually whole foods. You know, so you actually can open up the vegan capsule themselves, and there's just so much powder that comes in here. The reason why is everything is vine ripened and picked at that absolute peak of ripeness, and the birds and the bees are going to go get at it. Then it's pulped, so the whole entire pineapple, the seeds, the skin, everything like that's pulped. And then it's dehydrated at low temperature to take all the water and sugar out and keeps all the enzymes intact. Meaning, like when you get a stick of celery, for example, and you snap it, it's got those enzymes in there. So we're keeping those locked in. And then they're mixed with amazing rainbow of colors and put into a vegan capsule. Putting it simply, that's exactly what our product is. So that's incredible. That is 30 fruit, vegetables, and berries every single day. Because I'm like a bit of a juice fast kind of freak. I love doing that. But I begin to hate my juicer, or at least I know every single day we're able to flood our body with good nutrition, non-GM, herbicide-free, pesticide-free. The studies that are done are incredible, and testing that's done are incredible. So it is in 35 peer-reviewed medical journals, which is crazy, right? For a company to put their product through one study is just incredible. So we've got things like, you know, supports dental health, heart health, immune system, decreasing inflammation in the body. This is a huge thing because disease, cancer is about inflammation in the body. So let that soak in. So the product is about help decreasing the inflammation in the body in a natural way. So that's pretty incredible. The other thing is that company, Juice Plus, is a company with a heart, which I love. So, you know, when you go to Woolies or Coles and you get one piece of fruit or veg, or sorry, not even veg, kids don't do that, but one piece of fruit, you know, for free as you walk around. Our company gives them 17 free fruit and veg in a great chewy, which is cool. They're like little lollies. They're the same whole food powder. They're just mixed with a tapioca syrup. So that's the chew there. They're really awesome. So the same ingredients, they just mix with tapioca syrup, and they get it for free with every adult's order, which is just incredible for the age from 4 to 18, which is amazing. So I love that. So the other thing that we have, it is amazing whole food nutrition sachet. Now these are French vanilla and Dutch chocolate. Now we should be eating between 5 to 6 meals every single day. Australians, Aussies are, you know, cutting it down to two to 3 times a day, you know, because people are busy, they're rushing out the door, they're eating leftovers, but we're using these to make a healthy upgrade to what we're currently doing. Or that in between, you know, coming home from work and dinner, you're able to chuck one of these together. I love it. Before my daughter goes to dancing, I'll chuck one of them in the Thermomix or blender and chuck a frozen banana, berries, handful of spinach, and she's walking out with some great whole foods in there. Some great ingredients in there. You've got pomegranate, spirulina, yucca, mushroom, it's pea powder, broccoli, alfalfa, some really funky ingredients in there, which is awesome. You can make them in smoothies, protein balls. There's so many different things you can do that. Some of the studies that come back when, you know, children, adults are on the product as well, and it's helping people change their palate from what they're eating. They're craving more fruit and veg, and they're boosting their immune system, which is most important as well. So I guess, you know, listening for a little bit, you're probably thinking of a few people at the moment. You know, we've got people who've had fertility issues, digestive issues, skin issues, cancer, diabetes, depression. We've got a great ingredient in these whole food sachets, niacin, which is a great natural mood booster. So we've had people come off anxiety and depression medication as well, because they're firstly able to flood their body with good nutrition that the body recognizes, which is awesome. It's bioavailable, meaning it's going to the bloodstream, not having to be digested. And this is when the magic starts to happen, when you flood it with good stuff. We're also about educating and inspiring healthy living. So we're not just about a product. We like to be able to help people as well, because a lot of people fail on these kind of things because they don't have the support there. We've got a great Facebook group. You've got great whole food recipes, meal plans as well, if you're wanting to actually get really strict and follow a meal plan. We've got yoga, meditation, all different kind of funky things in there. We're just a tribe of people's come together to add value to you, because we are invested in you and taking your health to another level. But I could talk about us all the time because I love the product, but I love when stories actually come to life. So we're actually going to go across to Janae, and I'd love to hear from you, hun, as to what attracted you to the Juice Plus product and how's it been for you, hun?
Hi guys, can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
Excellent. Hi, so yes, my name's Janae. I'm married and a mum of two beautiful kids, an 8-year-old and a 13-year-old. I work full time and I'm also a boxing instructor 1 day a week. I came across a link on Facebook about 5 months ago, and once I got it sent to me and I listened to it, I'm like, okay, how do I get this stuff? Sign me up. We need this in our lives. So even though I'm involved in the fitness industry, I thought I ate pretty well, you know, but I realized I didn't have the variety of fruit, veg and berries in my diet that I needed and my family needed. My two kids are crazy fussy. You know, they would barely eat a vegetable and barely eat a piece of fruit. Like they picked one piece of fruit and that's about all they ate. So I thought, you know, to flood their bodies with the nutrition that they're not getting at the moment, I thought it's priceless and I needed to get them on there. So we've been on the product as a family for about 5 months now, and I can tell you honestly, the results I've had personally have been life-changing for me, even though I was a healthy person beforehand. Some of the benefits I have, I've got a notebook here, so I don't want to miss anything for anyone because I want to get this right. I want to get the story out there right for everybody. So the benefits within the first 2 weeks, my sleep was just unbelievable. I literally put my head down and that was it. And the sleep was just beautiful sleep I get now. And what I've also found, I need less sleep. Like I'm averaging about 5 to 6 hours of sleep at the moment because I've got all this energy now that I'm up till 11 o'clock at night and I didn't even realize the time. And I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I feel great. I don't need any more than that. My skin, I've definitely had a noticeable change in my skin. Without a doubt, it's definitely clearer and just feels better. I've also noticed I used to suffer from a lot of bloating. I could gain a kilo quite easily just with fluid. That's gone, and that was gone within the first 4 weeks of being on the product. So that was amazing. One of the biggest difference I've found and probably changed my life the most is my PMS symptoms have gone. I would gain 2 kilos in fluid the week before, like without a doubt 2 kilos, and which is a lot. Even a lot, it makes your clothes tight and makes you uncomfortable. I would also get a little, I am very irritable. I couldn't even let my kids hug me. I'd be like, no, don't, and let alone my poor husband who would cop it, for a couple of weeks, the poor thing. That's gone. It's absolutely gone. And that was the first month it went, I was like, okay, this, this might be just a fluke, Second month, and I was like, okay, it's still no symptoms. Third month, I'm like, wow, this is just ridiculous. So the fluid's gone. I don't gain any weight at all anymore. Yep, the depression's gone. The irritability is gone. I just feel better as a person, and I know my husband's definitely appreciated it way more, and I think the kids definitely too, and having a mum that was snappy all the time. And I didn't realize how bad I was until I wasn't doing it anymore. So I've also noticed with the kids, they actually want to eat more fruit now. So my daughter, who was a chocoholic, but is now going to the fridge to cut up her own strawberries, eating frozen blueberries. She cuts up herself an apple now, and that's what she has at night time now, which is just crazy. And even my son is going to the fridge and sort of grabbing a piece of fruit. I'm like, okay, that's, not usually something he does. One other thing I've also noticed is my food palate has changed. My taste buds, no sugar. I can't have anything sweet anymore. I can come from a Sicilian background, so the sweets were something that we all love, but that's gone. I actually can't even eat any sweet biscuit now. It actually makes me feel unwell. So no more sugar cravings at all. I use the shakes as a post-workout. I do 5 to 6 workouts a week, and I have one of them after each workout, and I'm absolutely loving them also. So 5 months has been life-changing. I'm so happy I found this product, and that's all.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing. That is life-changing in so many different areas, which is beautiful to see. That's the magic of whole food. So thank you so much for sharing, Janae. We're going to cross to Janelle now. Janelle, if you can, thank you, hon. If you can just unmute yourself, and if you could just share what attracted you to the Juice Plus product and how your results have been.
Hi, can everyone hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yep. Good. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Janelle. I'm the mother of 2 kids. They're 5 and 3. I'm a Navy wife, and I also work part-time. Around the time that I came across these products, I was in a real rut. I was feeling really run down. I had no motivation. I always seemed to have a sore back. I wasn't sleeping very well. And I always had the brain fog and just no energy. The kids were in daycare, and they were picking up all the lurgies that were going around and sort of bringing home their germs and sharing them with my husband and I. And we just find in winter it would just be a revolving house of sickness. We'd just keep passing the germs round and round and round, and we'd be sick for months. We're also paying for daycare and swimming lessons, and the kids were always too sick to go. We'd have to take time off work to look after them, even though we're sort of paying for the daycare and the swimming lessons. And I came across these products. I started taking them about 10 months ago. And I just feel amazing. I've got the kids on the products as well. They're taking the chews, or we call them jubies. And my husband also jumped on board shortly after I started taking the products as well. I'm on the premium caps, and I also have the shakes. I have a shake every morning pretty much, and sometimes for lunch as well. My energy levels have increased. I'm sleeping much better. I was actually having a conversation with my husband the other night because we were trying to work out whether I was actually now sleeping through his snoring, or he was snoring less because he's been on the products, and that may be a benefit of the products. We're not quite sure. And I'm not as short-fused or as cranky as I used to be, which is probably good for the kids and the husband as well. And I'm just feeling happier and stronger and healthier than I have in a long time. My metabolism and my digestion are better. My hair, skin and nails have improved. I was actually at the hairdresser's a few months back, and he was combing through my hair, and he separated all these shorter bits out and said that was actually new hair growth, which I was actually really surprised about because I didn't realise you could actually grow more hair. And I've got really thin hair, so it was just a really amazing benefit that I just wasn't really expecting from the products either. We're all not getting as sick as often. Even when we do get sick, we sort of just get the sniffles, or, you know, if the kids get a cough, they're sort of coughing for about a week. Instead of, you know, in the last few years, they've been sick pretty much all winter, and my daughter's been coughing for months on end. And I'm just really thankful that I was introduced to these products. I love that our family's getting healthier through naturally and through the power of whole foods, and it's just made me want to tell everyone about them and just share the products with everybody.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Janelle, for sharing. That's incredible. And that's as you said, the power of whole foods and boosting immunity naturally. So how cool is it to go for a winter, you know, in those, you know, silly seasons without getting sick and whatnot. So I'm just going to cross to one last story, going across to Stacey. If you can just unmute yourself. Thank you. And if you could just share your story, please, hon. Oh, sorry, just unmute yourself.
There? Yes, hello. Hi, everyone. I'm Stacey. Okay, so my story is a little bit different. I'm not a mum and I don't have any children yet. I actually was involved in a really bad car accident nearly 4 years ago and suffered life-threatening injuries. They lost me for 4 minutes at the scene. I broke my back in 4 places. My sternum was split in half. All my ribs were broken on my right side. And so many more injuries. I was actually run over by a car in a driveway, so I was completely crushed underneath the vehicle. In saying that, I also sustained a head injury and a brain injury to my cognitive thinking and my memory side of my brain. So you can imagine, I guess, how hellish my life has been and how much it changed since that date and, you know, in the last 3.5 years. Jamin introduced me to Juice Plus. He yelled out to me in the middle of last year, and I was like, I don't know how this is going to fix all my depression and PTSD and chronic pain and migraines that I suffer every day. Like, I was in a really bad place. Anyway, and I kept pushing it away, and to be honest, I wish I hadn't. I wish I'd jumped on board straight away and had more faith in him, because I eventually started it in December last year, and I'm absolutely stoked with the results that I've got. I haven't had a migraine since. I no longer have depression or low moods. I don't have anxiety. My body, my nervous system isn't shaking every day inside. I'm a lot clear-headed. I have energy. I don't need to have 3 to 4 hours sleeps to get through my day in the afternoon. So it's completely changed my life. And I'm just overwhelmed by how good I feel, to be honest. I never thought that I could get back to feeling this well. And I actually bought a franchise about a month ago, and I'm spreading the word and helping lots and lots of people at the moment with their health issues. So, yeah, I'm loving having it in my life.
Incredible story. Thank you so much, Stacey, for sharing. That's that's a story. Wow. And I'm just excited for you for, it taking it every single month as well from here on out, and help, as I said, reduce inflammation in the body, but just as a whole, the healing hierarchy of whole foods is just incredible. So we never know what's going to happen to anyone when they actually start taking the product. It's just the healing hierarchy. There's exactly what to do and where, the healing needs to take place the most. So thank you so much for those 3 that jumped on and shared. So we're just going to change gears a little bit. Most of you have been invited on here because you've taken interest, or someone shared something with you in relation to the business opportunity. So we're going to just cross to Kate in a second, and it's just basically using this amazing product, Juice Plus, as a vehicle for an amazing income for whatever you want that to be and your goals, and also using the amazing online wellness program to be able to add value to people's lives, because that's what we're about, as well as adding value. So I'm going to cross to Kate, and she's going to talk a little bit about the business side. Take it away, hun.
Hi, how are you? My name is Kate, and I'm just going to talk about some of the questions that we get regarding the business, and talk about how the business is run and how it is compared to traditional business and why it's so different. So in a traditional business, you'll usually come across something that looks like this. So this is the traditional business model. Sorry. And up the top here, you will have a CEO, and you'll have down here the employees that work for the business. So at the point when the business was introduced to me, I was really happy to take on the products, but it was the business that had me really intrigued. I was definitely at a point in my life where where we were financially struggling. We were a fly-in, fly-out family, and my husband had decided to come home. And that just wasn't working for us. To make ends meet, I was working in a bowls club from Friday to Sunday, and my husband was working Monday to Saturday in Brisbane. So we weren't seeing him at all during the week, and he wasn't seeing me at all during the weekend. So we were living completely disjointed lives. When this business opportunity came to me, I was looking at actually going from being an employee to moving up here to be my own CEO of a infancy massage business. So I had done my infancy massage course, and that's where I wanted to go. The problem with that business was I had to keep working at the bowls club to pay for my course and pay for the insurances I needed, liabilities, venues, massage oils, baby dolls for the ladies to practice on. And once I'd gotten that money back, saved up that money, there was also a lot of overheads to keep the business running. So it was going to be quite a fair bit down the track and quite a lot of money I was putting out before I actually received any money back. So when this business presented itself, it just made total sense to take a closer look. In traditional business, usually if you want extra money, there's different stepping stones that you can go up. So you might, say you work in retail, you might go up to a manager and earn a couple of extra dollars more. But to earn that couple of dollars extra more, you're actually in charge of anything that goes wrong. If people are calling in sick, they're calling you, and you're covering lots of extra shifts. So it's quite often that you'll have to toss up whether those couple of dollars extra an hour are actually worth it or not. So there's also, you could be a area manager, not very good at the lines, don't have a whiteboard with me today, sorry, it's all a bit dodgy. So there's all different levels that you can go up, but whether you can be CEO or not, CEOs generally stay in that position for, 20 to 30 years. So, and what you can also tell from this business model is the further up the chain you get, the more competitive the jobs get, the less jobs that there are, and the stress increases. So why I did actually enjoy working at the Bowls Club. I liked getting my $1 per hour. I earned quite good money because I worked all weekend long, and I quite often covered shifts. On a Sunday, I could do anywhere up to 12 hours on a Sunday. So I did enjoy getting that money. But the problem was when it came time for me to have a night off for my daughter's dance recital, that night was rejected. I did get to see my daughter dance, but I went in my work uniform, and the moment she walked off the stage, she's only 4, we were rushing out the door. So there was no enjoyment. I was constantly checking my clock. And I thought, this is okay this year, but it's not okay next year for her next concert, and it's not okay in 5 years' time. Something definitely has to change. So when this business was presented to me, what I liked about it was how it was similar to a traditional business. And though it was similar, it was completely flipped on its head, and it was the exact opposite. So this is what our business triangle looks like. It doesn't matter if you're a rocket scientist, a brain surgeon, a stay-at-home mum. It doesn't matter where you've come from. We've got accountants. We have plenty of stay-at-home mums. We have some dads who are looking at just scaling back from work so that they can actually spend more time with their family. And everybody comes in. At the bottom here, everybody enters the company the same as a virtual franchisee. You pay your $165, and we all start out the same. And where it's different as well, so the similarities is there's lots of different promotions that mean, you're getting extra money. And there's the top position up here, which is National Marketing Director. So as you can see, everybody down here has the same opportunity to become up the top. That's why it's so different, is in the traditional business, there's only opportunity for one person to be at the top. What you'll also notice is when you come in down here all by yourself, there's an entire network of people above you that we're here to support you. We're here to lift you up. We're here to teach you how to do the business. You don't just enter the business and you're not on your own. We're all here in this together. And that's the part that I love. I love that we are all in this together. Even if somebody's not directly on your team, we're all here to help each other. We're all in here because we all know that at the bottom line is we love helping people. So the only way that you can go from a virtual franchisee to a national marketing director is a direct reflection on how many people you're helping, how many lives you're impacting, how many customers have you started strong and are continuing themselves well on the products. It's still a simple process. So we're not here to be experts on the process. You are just simply the link between a person and their need and the product that can help them. So it is a really simple process. You don't have to have a garage full of products that you can't sell. You make the link between a person who is sick, a person, how many people here know somebody who is overweight? or how many people he knows somebody who has diabetes. So that's where, or needs more energy. Everybody here on this line would love more energy, and you can give the person that. So your job is to just make that link between person and product, and it's really as simple as that. So that's our business model, and that's how we run. Some of the questions that we come up quite a lot is, I don't have time to do this business. I'm too busy. And that's the other part of this business that's so fantastic, is you don't need a lot of time. This is a business that's built on stolen moments. So if you're at the school gates talking to another mum, you tell your friends, as long as you're using the products and sharing the products, the business is fantastic for you. So if you can just do 5-minute increments at a time, then you've got the business down pat. When you're having your morning coffee, or when you are on your lunch break having your salad or your sandwich, that's the time where you hop on and you do the business. The next question, which was definitely one for me, was, I don't want to be a salesperson. And I know that's a question that a lot of other people have as well, is when I first started this business, I met Josh at a birthday party, and the business was introduced, the products were introduced. And I kind of pulled back on the business. I watched the link. I was definitely interested, but I pulled back because I just expected to be hounded and harassed, and that never happened. Josh knew that we were in a really tough time with my husband's job, going on strikes and possibly losing his job. And Josh built a relationship with me where he just asked how my husband's work was going. He never said, he never hounded me about the business or the products. And so after a couple of months, I thought, well, he's ignoring me, so that's a good sign. I like that. I don't have to, if I'm just doing what he does, then I like this. The next part of the business would be not knowing enough people. So you don't have to have a massive following on Facebook to start. You just have to know 3 people. You know 3 people who want more money, want better health, and want more energy, better sleep, then that's it. So it's just, if you can start your business with 3 people who are looking for something, then you're starting the business strong. I was already on social media before this business, posting recipes, posting health, because I've got kids with really severe asthma, so I was already doing what a lot of this business entails. But there's people in here that in this business who are totally rocking it, and they only had 50 people on Facebook before they started, and they totally get it, and they are really rocking this business. And if you're worried about not knowing how to do the business, well, that gets back to our version of the triangle that we were talking about, where above you, you'll have a giant network of people that they're here to help. They're here to help you. So we have it laid out. It's a simple process. And the first 40 days, you'll be handheld through the process. And it's really as simple as that. So as long as you're using the products, talking about the products and sharing your results, then that's about as complicated as this business gets. And any questions that you have an entire network of people above you. So that's just about the questions, and that is about how our business works.
Awesome, Kate. Thanks so much for sharing. And that is just simply that. Use the product, talk about the product, and share the results. It's as simple as that. It's really, really easy. And, it might not necessarily be your own results, but somebody else's. We just heard a few incredible stories from some people online, and it blows me out every day what's going on with different people's bodies and how this stuff can help people. And I suppose, the business side is absolutely incredible. People are probably wondering, how do you get paid in this business? I'm here to talk about the money. Who likes money? It's one of them taboo subjects. You either like it or you don't. Things and in our life can happen, and we all love a little bit more of it. It certainly can alleviate certain stresses and give us amazing lifestyle. And so this is one way that we can do it. And like Kate mentioned earlier, we don't have to stock a whole heap of product in our garage. We can just simply connect the customer with the company, and the company connects the product with the customer, and it's just simple as that. And we get paid a retail value just for doing that. So we get paid 3 ways in this business. And one of the things that I love the most is just by sharing this product and talking to other people. Like Kate said, we've got different levels that we can get to. And so we get a commission based upon those levels where we are at, just by reaching out and sharing. It's a teaching business, like Kate said. So just helping another person get to where they want to be helps you get to where you want to be. And we've also got the best part that I like the most is we get paid bonuses. Who gets a bonus in their traditional business? It is pretty rare these days. There's probably maybe one person on the line. Usually is one, but it's getting rarer and rarer these days. You know, and so what I love about this is exactly that. Being able to teach somebody where they want to get helps you get where you want to get, and you get paid accordingly. And so you can get different bonuses throughout the business. And we come into this business as a virtual franchise, like Kate said, where everybody's equal at the same level. And the first level after that is what we call SDVF. You don't need to know what all these acronyms mean, but because it is a teaching business, you get paid a $400 bonus, and the person who taught you and mentored you and showed you the way also gets paid a $400 bonus, which is pretty damn awesome. And that's endless. That can, every time you bring somebody on and help them, you know, you're both going to get that bonus when they get to that level. The next level is SC, and you get a $600 bonus. And because it's a teaching business, the person that taught you gets a $600 bonus. So it's a win-win. It's pretty cool. And so, you know, the next level's SC is a $1,200 bonus. The person who taught you also gets that $1,200. The next level is QNMD. It's a $1,500 bonus. The person who taught you gets a $1,500. And the top pinnacle position of NMD, National Marketing Director, is a $3,000 bonus. And the person who taught you is already probably earning quite a few dollars, usually around 80 to 90K residual income a year, which is pretty awesome. So they don't actually get that bonus because they're already earning enough. And we got some pretty awesome people on the line who have been in the business. Some people are just starting out and just brand new, and they're already smashing some amazing goals. So I'd love to hear some people's stories and what this business has been for you. And I'm just trying to find you, Liana. If you can just give me a wave. Here you are. You're unmuted. Can you just let us know what the business has been like for you before you started, and what it's been like and what it's helped you to do and what you're looking forward to?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Luana, and I'm a mama of 3, and I'm also a pharmacist, and I've owned my own pharmacy for the past 7 years. So I've got a traditional business, and I guess what started this whole journey for me was that I was working 80 hours a week or more in my traditional business, and I looked at my life and thought about it, and I was like, I'm spending so much time at work. If I wasn't in my business, I was still bringing work home, and I wasn't really seeing my 3 children. And that just got me into a really bad place where I realized I had to make a change. So once I started looking at that aspect of my life, I started to look for other opportunities that I could potentially make other incomes so that I didn't have to rely on being in my traditional business so much. And that's how I really got started on the Juice Plus journey. You know, since I've started, I've just really ran with it. I've probably got most bonuses that you can get so far up until the level that I'm at, which is really cool because bonuses are nice. And I guess the thing about it is that it takes away all the issues that I have to deal with in my traditional business. And what I mean by that is, like, I don't have to hold, you know, 200K worth of stock. I don't need to have a lot of team to, you know, run my business, and with team comes issues along with that. And then, you know, I don't need to worry about the integrity of the stock and whatever, if it's going out of date. Like, all those sorts of issues that I deal with in my traditional business are completely not an issue with Juice Plus. The other thing too that I really love about this business is, when you're a mum, I've got 3 kids, like, you're busy. You've got a lot of stuff going on, like they're all doing activities outside of school every single 6 out of the 7 days of the week. And that becomes really time consuming. And I wasn't really even making any of those activities because I was at work. Now that I can do Juice Plus in my own time, so because I don't have to do it from 9 to 5, I can do it when they're asleep. And that's really great because it frees my time up so that I can go and enjoy those activities with my kids, which has been one of the big motivators for me to really kick it in this business and really get it moving. So, that's basically my story on how I got started.
Awesome, Luana. Thanks for sharing. That's so great to hear that, things are just unfolding, and it's exciting, to be able to have those bonuses and be able to get you some goals that you're achieving. I love it. Next, we're going to hear from Jeanette. Can you give me a wave? There you are. You're unmuted. Can you let us know how life's been like since you got on the Juice Plus journey and what you're looking forward to and what it was like before? Cheers.
Yeah. Hi, guys. My name's Janet and I'm a holistic nutritionist. And I've only really just joined the business, but I actually was introduced to Juice Plus about 3 years ago while I was studying nutritional medicine. And it wasn't actually until I was in student clinic when I was, working with clients that I could actually see the use for it. I don't know why. I don't know why I said no to the business, but I stupidly did, and let it sit on the sideline for a while. I'm sort of kicking myself now that I let it sit there for so long. But once I could see the use for it, for me as a clinician, I decided to say yes. So I've always liked the business model, but for me, the product had to be right. Because obviously, it's my reputation that I'm putting on the line. So I did heaps and heaps of research into the product, probably quite annoyingly, but that's okay. I also liked the idea of having another income stream. So for me, I worked in a corporate job and I still work part-time in a corporate job, but I've always been looking for something else, and it wasn't until I guess I found my passion for nutrition that I, got into studying nutritional medicine and became a nutritionist. But I've always been looking for something else and always liked the idea of having another income. And for me, this just makes sense because I'm, the idea of, generating an income stream to help me support my business. So then when I make the leap from my job to being a full-time nutritionist, I've got something that's already replaced my income, and it just takes away the stress. It makes complete sense, to have something there to support me. So, you don't have the stress of, trying to survive when you're actually starting out a business. And I can then be a nutritionist for the love of it. And obviously this is a nutrition-based product anyway, so it just works beautifully for me. I was actually going to go into a traditional practice, and I decided not to, and that recently, because the whole time I've been studying, I've been holding on to this idea of having a business that's transportable. I don't want to be tied down to a location. I live in Sydney at the moment, thinking maybe sometime in the future I want to move somewhere else. I also love to travel, so I want a business that can be transportable. And this is totally, you can do it from anywhere in the world. All you need is a phone and an internet connection and you're ready to go. So I think that's really awesome. The other thing is that I'm also a property investor, and there comes, with property investing, as good as it can be, it is very much a long-term strategy, and you still need income stream to help you build your portfolio. So, at one stage I sort of felt like, you know, that was my way out of my corporate job, but I've realized that you still need income to be able to make that a reality. And so cash flow, I guess, is always an issue. So yeah, it just makes total sense to me. And the other thing I really love about it is that in this business, there's such a supportive team. You're not on your own, trying to make it on your own. You know, you've got people around you. There's lots of cool personal development and growth that goes with this business as well, which is the bit that I'm really, really loving. And the model actually is helping me grow my business anyway. You know, like the things I'm being taught about how to promote myself and, you know, doing things that I wouldn't normally do. I'm being pushed in certain directions, you know, being asked to speak for certain things. You know, I would have stayed in my comfort zone a lot more and not put myself out there a lot more. And I'm actually just doing it and being encouraged to do it. And I think that's really awesome. So that's why I said yes to this business.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Janet. It's just lovely to hear that, you know, you had this idea that you wanted to do and you weren't sure how to go about it and how it was going to happen. And then this popped into your life and it's just working out, just, you know, it all blends in beautifully. So that's so cool. Next, we're going to hear from another incredible guy who's just rocking it in the business. And he's going to give us a little bit of a rundown on what's going on with his life and, you know, how the differences are in how you could create some residual income. And he's absolutely smashing goals. And I'd love to hear your story. Todd, you are unmuted, my man.
Yeah, cool, Jamie. Thanks, buddy. Hi, everyone. Look, welcome along tonight. It's awesome that you guys are here and opening your minds up to another really cool opportunity. As Jamie said, my name's Todd. So my background is in property investment and wealth creation. So I've effectively been speaking, coaching and training and educating in property investing and wealth creation strategies for about well over a decade now. So effectively I travel around, have a business, an education business, and I teach everyday people how to build wealth through property investing and shares and various different strategies. So really that they can go and live the life they want, because that's truly what it is all about for me. And that's what this business really is all about. And so I'm always looking for different strategies, not only for my own portfolio, but for all the students that I work with, you know, other ways to create income streams and to bring into an overall part of a wealth creation strategy. And but this really made sense to me to be able to do that. You know, as much as I love the product, like adore the product, I've been an advocate of it for 3 years. I never go anywhere without it. I live a pretty full-on lifestyle with business. I'm a father. I'm a beautiful little girl as well. I travel around all the time. It's just a non-negotiable for me. It's an investment into myself and my health to do everything I'm doing in life. But, you know, before I bring any new strategy to any client of mine, I research the absolute heck out of it, and it really has to fit. It has got to tick a lot of boxes for me, because as I bring it to any one of my students, you know, it's my integrity, it's my reputation on the line, and it's really, really important to me. And so some of those boxes really have to tick. Well, number one is had to be something that I really believe in. It had to be something that I would do in my personal portfolio, and absolutely no brainer. I'm running with this all guns blazing now, because I just see it as such a legitimate source of income stream for people. And I'm a massive believer in multiple streams of income. I think the riskiest thing is relying on just one income stream, which is your job. And enough people you've already heard from tonight can tell you that. Like, it's really risky relying on one income stream. So I always believe in creating multiple streams. Another reason it has to have proven results, and it truly does. You know, the business has been around forever and a day. It's got really proven results. Number three, it's got to be a system. And what I mean by a system, it's got to be set up in a way that anyone can walk into it, and if they follow the system, they're going to get the results, right? And that's the biggest thing. You know, if you plug into the system, you follow the system, you do the pathway that others have laid out before you, and you know, you create the results. I mean, that's what really is so beautiful about it. It's got to be a low cost of entry, and it's also going to be really easy to understand, and that's truly what this is. And to me, it ticked all the boxes, and it became an absolute no-brainer for me. And not only from a business perspective, but a personal perspective. As I said, I've been taken for 3 years before I said yes to the business. And like Janet said a moment ago, I'm absolutely kicking myself. I didn't run with this 3 years ago when it first came across my table. And you'll hear a lot of people in the business that have started now and are running with it. They're going to say the exact same thing, right? They just wind up kicking themselves because they haven't done it earlier. And my beautiful little girl, she's 5, and she loves the chewables. And like everyone else, you know, they've said that she's eating more fruit and veggies. She goes to the fridge and she pulls out the watermelons and the grapes rather than anything else that is in there. So it has a really big impact on all different levels. So for me, I look at this as another part of my overall strategy. And as Jen has said before, like, I'm in a property investing. That's what I do. And in this current marketplace for property, it's really difficult in terms of rental yields and the low interest rate environment and your serviceability. You know, the banks are changing criteria every day of the week. And, you know, we're in a low wage growth environment and all this different type of stuff. So for me, as an income stream, it is absolutely critical. And it's a legitimate other way than just going to work and exchanging time for money in 9 to 5. And that's, you know, that's what I really do love about it. It's a legitimate business opportunity that anyone can take on and really create some outstanding results with it, right? And that's really, really beautiful. So, so look, I'm going to start wrapping up now, guys. You know, you've heard from a lot of really, really cool people today, not only from the product standpoint, but also, you know, the business standpoint. And really what I want to get to you guys, like, it's a legitimate opportunity to create an ulterior stream of income, which can create some outstanding results. You know, we're hearing a lot of people, you know, what if it was to you just creating an extra couple of $1,000s in the next couple of months? Or maybe for you, it's $500 a month. Or maybe for you, it's replacing your income in the next couple of years. Like, that's some of the results that people are really achieving in their life. And look, it's a great opportunity. I wish I said yes to it much sooner. Now, what a lot of people start asking at this point in time is, well, you know, how do I do it? But I want to tell you that's actually the wrong question to start with. The question you've really got to start asking is why you need to do it. And why is it important for you to actually take this on in your life? You know, what is the life you want to be living? What's the opportunities that you want to create in your life? One of the things which make me sad almost more than anything with all those people I speak to is that most people's experience of life is limited by how much money they earn. And that's not what life is about. You know, life is about experiencing everything you can and spending your time with the people you want to spend time with and doing what you love rather than what you have to just to pay the bills. And that's what this is really all about. And you've got to ask yourself, well, if you're not going to do this, then what are you going to do? Right? I mean, there are lots of different ways to create extra income streams. You know, there's property, there's shares, you know, there's royalties, there's going into traditional business. And look, I do a lot of these things, but to me, by far, this is the lowest risk and the highest potential investment opportunity and strategy to increase your income than anything else I've found. And I say that with no hyperbole. It's really true. And I'm very big into my investing. It's what I do. And so, you know, for you from this step forward, you've got to ask yourself the question, you know, what is this going to mean to you? And what if you actually took this on? And what are the results you could create in the next kind of 12 to 18 months? And what would make this worthwhile you're investing some time in? So guys, what you need to do right now is that, you know, you were invited here by someone tonight. So you need to go and reach out to them and start take a closer look and take the opportunity to look deeper into the business and really get all your questions answered and see if this is going to be the right fit for you. That is something that you actually want to say yes to. Look, I think it's an absolutely beautiful opportunity. It's a beautiful business, it's a beautiful product, and it's something you want to take the time to have a look into and look at the opportunity. So, guys, it's well worth it, and it's potentially life-changing for you, and it has been for me. It has been for a lot of other people. So, guys, I think we're going to wind up tonight, unless there's anything else, Jamin.
No, mate, you nailed it in one. Thanks for getting on, man. Absolutely awesome. You covered it all bases. You know, like you said, there's only a few ways you can create those residual income, and I think this is just definitely a smarter way to do business. It's so simple. I mean, less than a night out in the town, you've got your own business and you're ready to rock and roll. So cheers for everyone. I will stop recording.